just like you always do.
Hello everyone, so it is Tuesday and I wanted to do a video today that I have not done much and that I have gotten requested. It's one of the most requested videos that I have gotten from you guys, and that is to show you guys like some of my favorite healthy food to cook or do like a what I eat in a day video. I'm not doing that today, but I thought I'd show you one of my favorite things to cook. I don't really do many food-based cooking videos on my channel, and I think a lot of that goes into I am just self-conscious, and I think if people see an overweight person cooking food that I'm gonna get like hate for it or something. I don't know. It's just totally based on insecurities, but I just decided to say screw the insecurities, and I am going to show you guys one of my favorite things to do. I haven't made this specific recipe just because what I'm making, the recipe does change a lot, but it is one of my favorite things, and that is a Buddha bowl. Okay, so a Buddha bowl, there aren't really many like guidelines as far as what qualifies something as a Buddha bowl. For me, it's just a bunch of like foods thrown together, all super healthy, mostly, typically, almost always plant-based foods. I really do like making Buddha bowls. They're one of my favorite things to make. I had quite a few really delicious Buddha bowls actually when I was in Berlin, which was interesting. It was a super common thing over there in a lot of the vegan restaurants I went to while I was there. And one of the places that I get most of my Buddha bowl inspiration from is from a YouTube channel, this girl named Tish Wonders. She, oh my gosh, she's just always like so glowing and looking so happy and like always so passionate and like vibrant. I don't know how to like describe it, but like I love her channel. I love every single recipe she puts out, looks amazing. And she does a lot of like Buddha bowls, all plant-based foods. And of course, she's in London. I need to go to London. All the cool people are there. But today I'm gonna be doing a Buddha bowl. I kind of came up with the recipe on my own. I merged a few recipes I saw on her channel, as well as just including a few of the things I like. So it's gonna be the roasted chickpeas as the like chickpea croutons. It's going to be like mashed potato as one of the bases, but not like unhealthy mashed potato. It's just pretty much gonna be like a potato just mashed up. Maybe with a little bit of vegan butter, but probably not. And then a bunch of veggies on top with like a slaw type of thing. It's gonna be really good, I hope. I've never made this specific recipe, but I guess that's it. Let's get cooking. I'm gonna start, actually I'm also gonna be putting butternut squash in it too. So we're gonna start with that because that takes the longest things to cook in the oven. So we're gonna get that going, and then I will start kind of prepping the rest of the stuff. So I started off by washing and drying my chickpeas on some paper towel just to soak up the excess water, and then trying to deshell some of them. I didn't get them all deshelled, but that is all right. I put them in a bowl and I added some spices like curry powder, paprika, black pepper, and oregano. I also added some olive oil as well, just to make sure the chickpeas were all coated. I stirred them around and made sure those spices were distributed as evenly as possible throughout the chickpeas. I then got a baking tray that would fit in my little oven, and I spread the chickpeas down on them and made sure to press them down so they were all flat, mostly in a like one layer. That way they didn't burn or like some of them were like unevenly cooked. I also put the butternut squash on the pan as well, and I made sure those were pressed down as well, same with the chickpeas. I then added a little bit of olive oil to the butternut squash, as well as some salt and black pepper. Yes, I did end up dumping the black pepper over on one side of the butternut squash, but I just stirred it around, mixed it around, made sure it was all distributed properly, and it fixed itself. I also added some garlic to the chickpeas. I don't know about you guys, but I am a fan of garlic. Then I went over to my mini oven, preheated it to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I ended up setting the timer for 40 minutes. Once the oven was preheated, I loaded the veggies into the oven to be cooked, and I checked on the chickpeas sporadically. It ended up only taking about 30 minutes for them to fully cook. I left both of them in there for that time and it was perfect. So I made the decision to cut out the potatoes because I really don't feel like I'm gonna need them in there with the chickpeas and the butternut squash. So just a change to the recipe. I then decided to prepare my slaw base, or my cruciferous veggies base. I got some of this mix from Trader Joe's, added them in a bowl with some nut and seed mix, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and slivered almonds. And then I added this balsamic vinaigrette from Follow Your Heart, just as a little bit of a dressing to add a little bit of flavor to this part of the Buddha bowl. And then just made sure it was completely mixed around. I will add this to the final bowl in a while. Then I started to assemble my bowl. I added some herb mixture from Trader Joe's into a larger bowl and added some shredded carrots as well. Then the chickpeas and squash were done, so I put them all in a paper towel to soak up the rest of any excess oil, because I did realize I put a little bit more than I needed to on there. So putting them on a paper towel just allows all of the extra oil to get absorbed into it. That way you have less oil and less calories in your dish. I then grabbed some onion sprouts, which are one of my favorite things ever. I don't know what about them I love. I am just addicted to them. And then I added on the butternut squash as well as the chickpeas onto the dish. These chickpeas ended up tasting really well, and the texture, they were cooked perfectly. A little soft maybe, but they were really good. Then I added some sliced tomato. I can never get enough tomato or ketchup. I don't know if any of you can relate to that. And then last but not least, for the foodstagrammers out there, of course, I had to slice up an avocado and lay it on top, all pretty for the Instagram photo. And lastly, I added some cilantro on top. I love cilantro, as well as some everything but the bagel seasoning on top of the avocado. I don't know why I like to add spices on top of an avocado, but I just do. And here is the final product. I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, and this is the finished product. I mean, I'm not a food Instagrammer, but I'm pretty impressed with myself. It looks too pretty to eat, but I will do a little bit of a taste test on camera for you guys. Good. The chickpeas are like perfectly, they're a little bit soft, but I kind of like it like that. And they have like this really strong curry taste. And then I love cilantro. As you guys saw, I added quite a bit of cilantro on there. And then on top of the avocado, I added some everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's. And considering there is a lot of flavor in this with the curry chickpeas and the butternut squash and that slaw thing I made, I'm not going to add much more to it. I'm just going to add some pico de gallo to it. I just like pico de gallo. I think it kind of, the flavors can kind of go with anything. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this on top, and then I'm going to just, I don't want to ruin it, but I'm going to ruin it. The butternut squash might be a little bit undercooked, but holy moly, this is so good. And then I have a bunch of leftovers, and I'm just going to put those into a few to-go containers and have them throughout the rest of this week. Yeah, I'm really trying to like not feel so insecure about talking about food, because obviously we need it to survive, and I have a lot of shame surrounding eating. And I think creating healthy dishes like this, that I also had a lot of fun doing, will kind of help me branch out and like not be as scared and like as self-conscious to talk about food. So good. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see me do more of these. I know I've never really done a video like this before. I will leave all of my social media down below. If you guys make a Buddha bowl, that is inspired by this one, that was inspired by Tish Wonders, make sure to tag me in it or like comment on my Instagram or whatever, because I would love to see what you guys make. And I will leave all my other social media down below so you guys can take a look if you want to. And if you are just coming across this channel, my name is Zele. I am on a weight loss journey. I have lost over 130 pounds now, and I document it all here on YouTube. And last but not least, don't forget the only way to predict your future is to go out there and create it for yourself. I will see you guys next time. Hydration.